Conceptual art, also known as concept art, appeared in the mid-late 1960s. Its basic concept stems from Duchamp's thought: a work of art is fundamentally an artist's thought, not a tangible object, that is painting or sculpture. A tangible thing comes from that kind of thought. Concept art leads to the replacement of the object with ideas. It is a kind of art that is free from the materials. Use concept art in games makes easier to explore the aesthetic nature of characters, encounter, and settings with tools that don't rely heavily on code or complex 3D animation. It helps bring out the starting point of the design, and as the sketch is completed and approved by the company, it gets handed over to the modeler, which will turn the concept of art into 3D models. Concept artists often gave color palettes, photos and theme, then use pen and paper or digital tools such as Photoshop to create their work. However, not all of the artist's sketches can become the final product. This is critical because the art needs to relate to the game theme, capture the related elements or features of the game, and most importantly gets approved by the company. Ayami Kojima is a Japanese artist. She has often worked in video games as a character designer and is most known for her work on the Castlevania series of videos games with Konami. The sketch and composition are laid out using the Conte crayon. Conte crayon is an especially hard pencil, made of an admixture of graphite and clay that can be varied for different degrees of hardness. It is usually made in black, red, or brown, and it's used as a drawing medium in any combination of these colors. The shadows are darkened monochromatically using both Conte and India ink. The color composition is then blocked in using diluted acrylics. After the paint is finished, a layer of metallic paints are applied with a palette knife. Then a gloss polymer medium is used to enhance glows and highlights.
From my research, I find out 2 out of 6 people consider Grand Theft Auto 5 as their favorite game. 50% of people consider action-adventure as their favorite game genre. 16.7% for action, 16.7% for role-playing, and 16.7% for adventure. What software or methods do game artists use to produce game art? From my search, 100% of game artists use Photoshop CC, 33.3% for Adobe Illustrator CC, pen and paper and collage. How do they feel during the process of game art creation? Most of the people answered excited, happy, enjoyable. Only 2 out of 6 said they feel stressed. 4 favorite game art styles. 16.7% of people prefer vector graphics, rotoscoping. 33.3% of people prefer digitized graphics, rendered backgrounds, and cel shading. 50% of people prefer isometric 3D, and over 66.7% of people chose photorealism as their favorite game art style. How long does it take to design a video game? For this question, people answered differently. Some say 1 year, some say 2 to 3 years. Majority of people stated that it really depends on the game itself because games have different complexity. At last, do people have to have drawing skills to be able to create game arts? Over 66.7% have said yes, and 33.3% said maybe.